Department, Goregaon MPS Municipal Secondary School East. So today I'm going to continue with my topic of carbon compounds. So this is the session third. So let's start with our topic. So today we are going to study about the functional the specific chemical properties due to heteroatoms or the groups of atoms that contain heteroatoms irrespective of the length and the nature of the carbon chain in that compound. So therefore these heteroatoms of the groups of atoms containing heteroatoms are called as functional groups. Now here if suppose I gave you the example of CH3OH and CH3CH3. So both the compounds are different. How they are different? Because of the presence of one heteroatom. Which heteroatoms? In CH3OH, OH is different, and in CH3 CH3 is different. So likewise, because of the presence of these heteroatoms in a specific compound, the chemical property of that compound changes. So thus, this indicates that the property of the compound does not depend upon the length and the nature of the carbon atom, but it depends upon the heteroatom which is attached to that particular compound. So it is known as the functional group. So here till now you have learned about the hydrocarbon compounds formed by the combination of the elements carbon and hydrogen. So many more types of carbon compounds are formed by the formation of bonds of carbon with other elements such as halogens, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. As carbon is versatile in nature, so it can form even a single bond with another carbon, or it can form a single bond with hydrogen, with halogen, or double bond with oxygen, or triple bond with nitrogen, likewise with other elements. So here the atoms of these elements substitute one or more hydrogen atoms in the hydrocarbon chain, and thereby the tetravalency of carbon is satisfied. So here the atom of the element which is substitute for hydrogen is referred to as a heteroatom. So sometimes heteroatoms are not alone but exist in the form of certain groups of atoms. So here in the next slide, we will see different types of functional groups in organic compounds. Now here you can see functional groups are written in the first column, then type of compound, which type of compound is there, then what suffix or what prefix you have to add if the example is given to you. Okay, then comes the examples and then comes the common names which we give to that particular type of compound. Now here functional group is here C double bond C. Now you might be remembering that in the second session we have learned about the alkene, alkyne, alkanes. Okay, if alkanes are there, then single bond will be there. If double bond is there, then alkene will be there. So here C double bond C is there. So here it is a type of compound of alkene. Okay, so here double bond C double bond C. This will be the functional group and the type of compound will be alkene. Now the suffix which will be added to that particular name of that compound. Now suffix means after and prefix means before. Now suffix ene will be added after the root word. Okay, so here example will be CH2 double bond CH2. So this is the example for the ethene. Okay, when two number of carbon are present, then we called it as an ethene. So here ETH and ENE, the suffix which I have written in the middle column. You can see ENE. So that ENE I have to add after that root word. That is ETHENE, that is ethene. Okay. Then here next example is of the functional group is the C triple bond C, which is the example for the alkyne compound. So here the suffix which will be added will be YNE. Okay, we have already seen in the second session that alkyne. Okay, whenever triple bond is there between the carbon-carbon, then it will be the alkyne. So here C triple bond C, that will be the alkyne compound, and the suffix which will be added after the name of the common name is Y and E. So here the root word, after the root word, this suffix we have to add. Example, I have given you CH triple bond CH. Now here this is the example for ethene or acetylene. Okay, ethyne, it should be ethyne, and acetylene. Okay, acetylene. So then comes the functional group C, CH3O dash H. Now see here, OH. If OH group is there, then that is an alcohol group. That is OL group. Okay. So here CH3 dash O dash H. So here you can see the example that for the alcohol group, whatever, it may be CH3 CH2OH or CH3OH or CH3 CH2 CH2OH. So likewise, whenever that OH group is attached, then you can say it is an alcoholic group, or the suffix you have to add after the root word OL. So here example is given. Now see here, CH3 is there in the left hand side, and to that carbon OH group is attached. So here CH3 means methyl group. So meth you have to write, and that suffix OL, that is methanol. You have to write like this. Okay, common name. Then comes the ether. Now for ether, C single bond O single bond C. So that means in the middle O will be there. Only oxygen will be there, which is attached to the carbon, both the carbons. So here this is the example for the ether. Now if you are writing the suffix ether, then what you have to write is CH3 single bond O single bond CH3. Now see here, oxygen is in between, and in both the sides methyl group is present. So both are methyl groups. So here I will write dimethyl because two methyl groups are attached to the single oxygen atom. So here dimethyl, and then I have to add the words, that is I have to add that suffix ether. So dimethyl ether. Very simple. If you will understand it properly, then you will definitely able to write the names of each and every compounds of chemistry. So it is not that much difficult. So understand it properly that if oxygen is present in between and in both the sides group is attached, that is, now see here in example, two methyl groups are attached to both the sides of that particular oxygen atom. So here two methyl groups are there, so dimethyl, and then you have to add the suffix ether. So dimethyl ether. Then comes the haloalkanes. Now X is the symbol for the halogen. So you know which are the types of what types of halogen we are having. Chlorine we are having, iodine we are having, fluorine we are having, bromine we are having. So if in a methyl group we add any of the halogen, likewise chlorine, bromine, iodine or fluorine, then what we have to write haloalkane. Okay, haloalkane. This will be the name of that particular compound. So here the type of compound is haloalkane. Because why halo? Because halo means halogen. So we are adding halogen to that alkane compound. So haloalkane. So here suffix will be the halo. Now here prefix will be halo because we are adding halo before. So here we will say that it is the prefix. Halo will be the prefix one. So here you can see the example CH3 is given dash Cl. That means we have to write chloromethane. Now see here, methyl group is attached to that particular halogen group. So here methane will be there because it is an alkane group. So alkane, and before that halogen group we have to add. So here we will write chloromethane. Okay. So here we can also write it as a methyl chloride. This can be also written in common names. Okay. So here haloalkane. So halo will be the prefix because we are adding this halo word before the root word. If that particular suffix or prefix, if prefix is there, that means we are adding the word before the root word. And if suffix is there, that means we are adding the word after the root word. Okay. Now see here, the next example is of that of amine. So here in amine, CH3-N. NH2. Okay, so here amine group is there, and amine is the suffix. That means you have to add the amine after the root word. So here you can see the example CH3, CH2, then NH2. In the examples you can see C and 3 hydrogens are attached, so CH3, bond CH2 because 2 hydrogens are attached, then bond NH2 because in nitrogen 2 hydrogens are attached. So CH3, CH2, NH2. So as 2 carbons are there, so it will be the ethyl group. Okay, so we will write ethyl and amine group is added to it. Amine is the functional group, so we will write here ethyl amine. That's why the name is ethyl amine. Then comes the aldehyde group. Now aldehyde group is the CHO group. Okay, so whenever any CHO group is attached to any of the compound, you can say that it is an aldehydic group. Okay, so here Al, okay, Al will be added as a suffix to the root word. So here you can see the example, methyl group is attached, CH3 group is attached to CHO group. So here what you have to do is ethanol you will write. Now you will say why not methanol, why ethanol? Because CHO is a functional group. So here 2 carbons are there. So as 2 carbons are there, so we will write it as ethanol. Because for 1 carbon we will write methanol, and for 2 carbon we will write ethanol. So here 2 carbons are there, so we have to write it as ethanol, and it can be also called as acetaldehyde. Now see, acid, ACET, and that aldehyde word is there. Okay, after that aldehyde. So here acid aldehyde. So here you can say that this is the example for an aldehydic group, because whenever Al is there, Al is written in that common name, or aldehyde is written in that common name, that means you will be having the aldehydic group. Then comes the ketone. Now whenever ketone is present, then C double bond O group will be present as a functional group. So here you can see the example, CH3, single bond C, double bond O, again single bond CH3. Now CO group, C double bond O group is attached in the middle in the example, and you can see CH3, CH3 both are attached to the sideways of that particular CO group. So here what you have to do is you have to add O and E as a suffix to the root word. Okay. Now how you will write the name of this particular example? Now here, how many carbons are there? 3 carbons are there. So here you can write propanone. Okay, propane, P-R-O-P-A-N-E. Propane is the alkane group. Okay, in that alkane group, you are adding CO group. So here, what CO group is there involved in that? Okay, not adding, because propane name is given to 3 carbon. Okay, whenever 2 carbon is there, then ethane is name is given, and whenever 1 carbon is there, methane name is given. So here 3 carbons are present, so we will write propane, and then O-N-E will be added as a suffix. So here in the suffix I have written here O-N-E, so you have to write there propanone. Okay, so this is the example for the ketone. Then comes the carboxylic acid. In carboxylic acid, COOH group is attached. Now here you can see that whenever acetic group is there, then COOH will be the acetic group. Okay, if you will see in any of the compounds COOH group is there, then that is the acetic group. Okay, so here OIC, okay, OIC acid, this suffix will be added to the root word. Okay, so we will see the example. CH3 is written here, methyl group is attached, then COOH group is attached. Now as you can see in the examples, 2 carbon atoms are present. So if 2 carbons are present, then we have to write ethane. Okay, then just instead of that E, after Ne comes now for ethane, instead of that E you have to write OIC acid, that is ethanoic acid. Okay, very simple. If you will understand it properly, you will be able to write it. Okay, ethanoic acid. You can also call it as acetic acid. Okay, so then comes the ester group. Now see, in the ester group, what happens? COO group is there. Okay, so whenever ester is there, COO group will be present. So here you can see in the example, CH3, COO, again CH3 is there. Now here suffix, what will be added? Suffix will be OATE. Okay. So now you can see in the middle COO group is there, C double bond O, and here in the right hand side C single bond O is there. Now in the left hand side methyl is present, and in the right hand side also methyl group is present. But now what we have to consider? We have to consider the number of carbon atoms. Now what you will do after the oxygen, what is present? Only methyl group is present, so we will write methyl. And before oxygen, 2 carbons are present. So what we will write? Methyl ethanoate. That's why we are writing the name methyl ethanoate, because after oxygen only methyl group is present, and before oxygen 2 carbons are there. And if 2 carbons are there, what we write? Ethane we write. So instead of Ne, you have to cut that E, and instead of E you have to write OATE, that is ethanoate. So here the name of that particular compound will be methyl ethanoate. So in short, we will revise that whenever double bond will be present, that group will be the alkene group. Whenever single bond will be present, that compound will be the alkane group, which I have not written here. Then whenever triple bond will be present, alkyne group will be there. Then whenever OH group will be there, then it is an alcohol group. Okay, OH group will be present, then that will be the alcoholic group. Then if O is present, oxygen is present, okay, in between the 2 carbon, then it is an ether group. Okay, then comes whenever any halogen group is present, then that will be the halogen group. Okay, then NH2 is present, then that will be the amine group. Then if CHO group is present, then that will be the aldehydic group. If C double bond O is present, then that will be the ketonic group. And if COOH group will be present, that will be the carboxylic acid group. And if C double bond O and O will be present, and in that O, C will be attached. Okay, now don't get confused with the carboxylic acid and ester group, because in the carboxylic acid, what it is there? C double bond O and single bond O, and that oxygen is attached to hydrogen in carboxylic acid. But this case does not happen with the ester. Here in ester, oxygen is attached to the carbon. You can see the difference. So here, don't get confused with the carboxylic acid group and ester group. Okay, so these are the few functional groups, so that will be easier for you to understand what type of compound you are studying. Then we will come in the next slide. Then comes the homologous group. Now, what do you mean by the homologous group? So homologous group, a group of hydrocarbons with the same general formula and similar chemical properties. Now see here, general formula will be similar, then obviously that means that compound is belongs to that particular type of compound, similar type of compound. So if similar type of compound will be there, then similar chemical properties will be there. So examples are alkanes, alkenes, and cycloalkanes. So the series of compounds formed by joining the same functional group in place of a particular hydrogen atom on the chains having sequentially increasing length, it is called as the homologous series. Okay, so there are different homologous series in accordance with the functional group. For example, homologous series of alcohols are there, then carboxylic acids are there, alkanes are there, alkenes are there, etc., etc. So here, with the help of slide, we will understand. So this slide I have already taught you in the second session. So you might be remembering that this slide was there. So where alkanes is there, saturation is the single bond. It contains the highest amount of hydrogen atom. Then the general formula is given, CnH2n plus 2 is given. Okay. So placing this formula as it is, we can make lots of number of alkane compounds. Okay. So here containing all the single carbon to hydrogen bonds and carbon to carbon single bond. Okay. And it ends with the suffix ane, where example is given methane. Then comes the alkenes, which is an unsaturated compound having double bonds. Formula is CnH2n. Then it ends with the suffix en. And then comes the alkynes. It is also unsaturated because it contains 3 bonds. That is, it is a triple bond compound. Then the formula will be CnHn, and then the suffix will be yne, and then triple bond is there. Now here we will go one by one. As you have seen in this slide, first is the alkenes. So we will go by alkanes first. That is CnH2n plus 2 having single bond. Now here you can see list of that particular type of compound. Now here alkanes are there. Methane I have written here. Methane contains one carbon. Okay, so the carbon number is 1. And if suppose you put that carbon in that formula CnH2n plus 2. Now Cn. N means the number of carbon atoms. So then C1 you will write. H, then you have to write H2 multiplied by N. Now what is this N? N is the number of carbon. So carbon is 1. So you will write 2 into 1, that is 2 will come. 2 plus 2, 4. So likewise, if you go on putting the number of carbon atom in this formula CnH2n plus 2, you will get the number of hydrogen atoms and you will understand that this is the type of compound is alkane. Now this particular formula CnH2n plus 2 is the formula only for alkenes. Okay. If you are putting this, that means you are counting the number of hydrogen atoms in that. Okay. So this is the particular formula for alkanes only, not for alkenes, not for alkynes. This is the formula for alkenes. Okay. So here you can see the structure. Carbon is in the center and 4 hydrogens are attached to it. As with the help of formula, we found out that for one carbon in the alkane, 4 hydrogens should be attached. Then if the number of carbon is 2, then how you will calculate? Cn. So C number of carbon is 2. So C2H2 into 2. 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. So likewise C2H6 will come, and here you can see the arrangement. C, single bond C, and then as it is an alkane, it is a saturated compound. So only single bond will be there, no double bonds will be there. So likewise you can arrange the that particular compound. Then comes the propane. Whenever 3 carbons are there, you have to write the name propane. Okay. As I have already told you, depending upon the number of carbon atoms, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, like this, you can go further. So here for 3 carbon, propane will be the name of that particular compound. So here if you put that 3 in that formula CnH2n plus 2, Cn means C3, then H, hydrogen will be 2 into 3, 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 2, 8 will come. So here C3H8 formula will come, and then just place that particular number of carbon and hydrogen atom in that series and you will find the structure. Then comes the butane. For butane 4 carbon, same way you have to go with that formula and you will find the number of hydrogen atoms attached to it. Then for pentene also same way. So here carbon, as the number of carbon increases with that particular number of carbon, we have to just put that particular number of carbon in that formula and we will get the number of hydrogen atom. And with that case, we can find the structure and we can write the structure of that particular compound. So if 1 carbon is present, then methane will be there. 2 carbon ethane, 3 carbon propane, 4 carbon butane, and 5 carbon pentane. Then comes for ethene. Now ethene, that means alkene. Okay, so this is for the alkene group, ENE group. Now alkene means double bond. So here the formula will be CnH2n. So if ethene is there, that is number of carbon is 2. Then C2H2 into 2, 4 will come. So that means here 2 hydrogen has been reduced. So here you can see C double bond C, then 2 hydrogen atoms to each carbon is attached. So likewise 4 hydrogen is attached and 2 carbons are attached with each other by the double bond. Okay, why double bond? Because 2 hydrogens are removed. Now carbon is having the capacity to form 4 bonds. So to fulfill its bonds, what it will do, it will try to bond with that particular carbon. So here carbon double bond carbon will be formed. So the condensed formula for the given structure will be CH2 double bond CH2. We write in general this type of compound. Then comes the propene. Now prop comes for 3 carbon. So C3H6. So here you can see 3 carbons are there, and to that if you put the number of carbon in that particular formula of CnH2n, then you will get the number of hydrogen atoms. So 6 hydrogen atom will come. So here likewise you have to place all the hydrogen and then you will get that formula C double bond CH2 double bond CH3. Then comes the butane 1-ene. Now why 1-ene is written here? Because in the first position of the carbon, double bond is there. That's why 1 and ene, that particular ene suffix we write for the alkene. So here ene I have written here. Okay. So likewise, just put the number of carbon in that formula and you will get the number of hydrogen atoms. Very simple. CH2, double bond CH, and then CH3. Then comes the pent 1E. Now I can write pentene also, and I can write pent 1E. Now why I have written pent 1 because in the first carbon double bond is attached. So here CH2 double bond CH, then CH, and then CH3. So likewise you can, with the help of this formula, you can find the number of hydrogen atom and you can find that whether it is an alkene, alkyne or alkane. Okay. So ethene, if ene is there, then it is obviously it is an alkene. Then put that particular number of carbon in that formula and you will find the number of hydrogen atoms. Then comes the methanol, means alcoholic group. Okay. So if the carbon is 1, then CH3, simple, CH4 is the formula for methane, CH4. If one hydrogen is removed and in place of that hydrogen I put OH, then what it will become? It will become methanol. As in the functional group, I have already told you that for writing the common name of the alcoholic group, you have to add the suffix OL. So you can see in each of the alcoholic name, I have just added OL only. Instead of that E, I just removed that E of that methane, and instead of E, I wrote OL. So likewise, you have to also write the name for that particular alcohol. So here you can see structure is also given, how you can write. Then for ethanol also, ethane means 2 carbon. So here for 2 carbon, just you have to remove 1 hydrogen. CH, if you are writing ethane, then CH3 will come. And if you are removing 1 hydrogen and just replacing it with OH, then you will get ethanol. Okay. Then comes the propanol. Same for the propanol, 3 carbons are there. And to that, remove 1 hydrogen and instead of that hydrogen, write OH there. Then you will get this structure. Then butanol also, butane means 4 carbon. So here in the 4th carbon, you have to just replace that hydrogen with OH and you will get butanol. Same for the pentanol. So likewise, you can go further. Now here are some of the common names. Now here, what do you mean by the common names? Okay. So we have seen that today millions of carbon compounds are known. So initially when the number of known carbon compounds was small, scientists named them in a variety of ways. So now those names are called as the common names. Now here you can see frequently encountered molecular compounds often have common names. Likewise, now see the formula for H2O. Common name will be water. We say it is a water molecule. Okay, but if you go for the systematic name, then what will be the name? Now as 2 hydrogens are there, so dihydrogen, and 1 oxygen is there, that's why monooxide. Dihydrogen monoxide. So simply we call, instead of taking this systematic name, this is the big one. So in short, we called it as water. So this is the common name. So common name means those which we frequently encountered the molecular compounds. Okay. So then H2S. Now 2 hydrogen are there. Dihydrogen monosulfide we call it as in systematic name. But in common name we will call it as hydrogen sulfide. Then ammonia. We can call it as trihydrogen nitrate. So instead of saying trihydrogen nitrate, we say commonly ammonia. As likewise you are having your pet name in your home. Okay. In the school name is different. Some people are having pet names in your home. So that is the common name. So likewise, these chemicals are also having the common name. Then PH3, which we called it phosphine. So you will call it as phosphine instead of trihydrogen phosphide. Okay. Then comes the carbon dioxide. Then you can call it as dry ice. Okay. Then NaCl, we called it as sodium chloride, or simply it is a table salt. Okay. Then laughing gas. What is laughing gas? N2O. That means 2 nitrogens are there, so dinitrogen, and 1 oxygen is there. That's why monooxide. So dinitrogen monoxide. Then comes the baking soda, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Then comes the methane, carbon tetrahydride. So instead of calling carbon tetrahydride, we call it in a common name as methane. So this is the short form name. Common name is a short form name which we give to that particular element or a compound. Then comes the IUPAC name. Now, with the large growth of carbon compounds, it was necessary to name these compounds in a more systematic way. So the committee called the International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry, that is IUPAC, put forward a system of giving proper scientific names to carbon-based compounds. So the names derived by their rules are the names followed all over the world, and in short, they are called as IUPAC names. So in this system, the name of a carbon compound has three main parts as mentioned. First is the root word, as I already told you. Whatever the suffix and the prefix of that functional group, it is attached to the root word. So root word will be it denotes to the number of carbon atoms which is present in that given molecule. So here example is C1, that is meth. C2 will be eth, C3 will be prop, and C4 will be but. Okay. Then comes the suffix. Now either suffix or prefix. Okay. So here the suffix denotes the type of bonds or the functional group present in that particular carbon chain. As I already told you, if OL, alcoholic group is there, then OL you have to add to that particular root word. So here if carbon is 1, then you will add methanol. Okay. Likewise. Then comes the type of bond, functional group ANE. So if ANE is there, then single bond is there. And OL for alcohols. Then OH, then comes ENE group. Then comes the double bond. If EN is there, then double bond is there. Okay. Then if AL is there, that is for aldehydic group. Okay. Then if CHO is also a aldehydic group, you can write. Then triple bond is there for YNE group. Okay. So likewise, you have to go. Now see here root words according to the chain link. Now if one carbon is present, this is important. You can take the screenshot too. If one carbon is present, the root word will be meth. If two carbon is present, then root word will be eth. I already told you. Depending upon the number of carbon, you have to write the root word like this only. Okay. If one carbon is present, then meth will be there. Two carbon, eth. Three carbon, prop. Okay. Then to this root word, you have to add the suffix or prefix. Likewise, if I already told you the example of methanol. Okay. In methanol, that is alcoholic group is there and we add the suffix OL there. So here you have to, if one carbon is present, then methanol means OL you have to add. Then ethanol, propanol, like this, butanol. Okay. So likewise, this root word is important. You should know that how many number of carbon atoms you have to name that particular number of carbon atoms in which root word. Okay. In which root word it comes. So here one carbon meth, two carbon eth, three carbon prop, four carbon but, then 5 carbon pent, 6 carbon hex, 7 carbon hept, 8 carbon oct. Okay, 9 carbon is there in none, then 10 carbon is there in dec. Okay, so this is still 10 carbon, that is dec. If you go further, okay, now then comes the decimal place comes. So here you will write for 11 undec, then 12 dodec, then 13 tridec, 14 tetradec. Okay, then 15 pentadec, then 16 hexadec, 17 heptadec, 18 octadec, and 19 nondec, and then 20 dodadec. So like this, you have to go further. So as the chain length increases, root word name likewise you have to write. So this, if you know the root word, then you will be able to write by adding the root word and the suffix or the prefix of that functional group, then you will be able to write the name of that particular compound. Then comes the substituting names. Now suppose one group is there and there some substituents are attached. Okay, so group names likewise, if CH3 group is there, then you have to name it as methyl group as one carbon is there. You can go with this root word also. If one carbon, then meth. Okay, likewise. Then two carbons are there, CH2, CH3, then ethyl group is present. Then three carbons are there, CH2, CH2, CH3, then propyl group is there. If four carbons are there, CH2, 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 CH3, then it is a butyl group. Okay. Prefixes are those used when more than one group of the same kind is attached. Okay. Then comes the halides. You can see here. Chloro, for Cl, chloro we have to write. For iodo we have to write. Then for Br, bromo. F for fluoro. Likewise, you have to add these halogen groups. Okay, name of that particular halogen groups. Then if two substituents are there, then di you have to write. If three are there, then tri. Four are there, then tetra. Five are there, then penta. Six are there, then hexa. Likewise, you have to write. Likewise, in a particular group, if two methyl groups are there, then what you will write? Dimethyl. Okay. Then if three groups are attached, then three methyl groups are attached, then trimethyl. Okay. Likewise, you have to write depending upon the number of substituents. If same substituents are attached, then you can give this name di, tri, tetra, penta, or hexa. Now this is the screenshot from your book so that you will be able to understand. Now see, if the structural formula is CH3, CH2OH. Now in the book it is given CH2. It will not be CH2 because it will not satisfy the valency of carbon. So the first will be CH3 attached to, if single bond is there, then only. CH3, single bond CH2, single bond OH is given. Now here OH is the functional group. This is the hetero group. So here for OH, we have to write OL as a suffix. Now see here, the parent name will be ethane. Now as I already told you that whenever two carbon is present, then that will be the eth. Okay, you can remember that particular list of that. This one. Here root word. Okay, two carbon is there, then eth will be there. So here you can see I have written eth. And as it is only single bond is present between the carbon, so it is a type of alkane. Okay, if double bond is there, then I might have written there alkene. Okay, but as single bond is there, so the parent name will be the ethane. Okay, in that ethane group I have added OH group. So here the first is the parent name, that is ethane. Instead of that ETHANE, the last E I removed, and instead of that E I wrote there OL, that is ethanol. Okay, then comes the CH3 CH2 Cl. So here chloro group is attached. Now whenever halogen group is attached to any of the particular compound, halogen we have to write before. That means it is a prefix. So here you can see ethane group is there. Okay, ethane is the parent group. And then to that attached chlorine. So here chloroethane. Then comes the bromo. Bromo, as here I have already written that chloro, iodo, bromo, fluoro, how you have to write these particular halogens in the compound. So here you can see bromoethane. Okay, so bromo is written first is the prefix and then is the parent word. Here you don't have to remove that last T, because here parent name you are writing afterwards. Before that you are writing the prefix of that particular functional group. So whenever halogens are there, then prefix are added, and remaining functional groups, in that we have to add the suffix. Okay, so prefix means before, so that's why the two halogen groups here, two halogen groups are attached, prefix are attached before the root word. Okay, so then comes the CH3 CH2 CHO. Now CHO is an aldehydic group, so here we have to add Al there. Okay, CHO is an aldehydic group. So the parent name will be propane. Why propane? Because three carbons are there. Okay, as I already told you, when three carbons are there, then it will be the propane, because only single bond is there, so that is the type of compound will be the alkane. So then in that propane, just remove that E, last E, and instead of that E you have to write Al, then it will become propanal. Okay, so here I have written the suffix. Then comes the CH3COOH, that is the acetic group, carboxylic acid group. So here COOH is the functional group and you have to add the suffix OIC acid. So the parent will be the ethane because two carbons are there. So two carbons are there, then you have to write it ethane here, parent name. And what will be the suffix? Ethane. Instead of that E, you have to add OIC acid. So here ethanoic acid. Then comes the CH3NH2. Now in CH3NH2, NH2 is the amine group. Okay, and as CH3 is there, only one carbon is there, so we can write that the type of compound will be the methane. So here parent name will be the methane, and in that methane, what you have to do, you have to remove the last E, and instead of that last E, you have to write the amine name. So that means the suffix name. Okay, so it will come methane amine. Then comes the CH3COCH3. So here CO is the ketonic group. Okay, when ketonic group is there, then ONE you have to add. Now as three carbons are there, so we will write the parent name as propane. Okay, then instead of that last E, you have to just put ONE there and it will become propane. So likewise, name you have to give to your compounds. Very simple. If you know that specific, see here in the functional group, it is already written what you have to add in the suffix or the prefix. OL, chloro, bromo, AL, OIC acid, amine, ONE. So likewise, you have to add. Only for the halogens, you have to write it before, and rest of the elements you have to write it afterwards. Now here some of the steps are given how to number the IUP, how to number the compounds and how to write the IUPAC names. Now the structural formula is given to you. Okay, in the first number one, CH3CHOH CH3. Now see here, numbering of the carbon, how you have to put. Now as OH is attached to the center carbon, okay, so you can give the numbering even from the left hand side or from the right hand side. Both the numberings are equivalent, because if you will go from the left hand side 1 2 3, then the OH group will be attached to the second carbon only, and if you will go to the from right hand side, then the OH group will be attached to the second carbon only. So here what you have to do is, in both the cases OH group is attached to the second carbon. So here what I have to write, the name, the IUPAC name of the following compound will be propane. Okay, why propane? Because three carbons are there and single bond is there, that means it is a type of compound will be alkane, as single bond is there between the carbon. So here propane 2-ol I will write. Okay, why 2? Because in the second carbon OH group is attached. So and for OH group, for OH functional group, what suffix we add? We add OL suffix. So here propane 2-ol I have written. So instead of E, the word propane is there, no, PROPANE. So instead of that E, I have written 2-ol. Okay, so then comes 2-chloropentane. Now here you can see that number of carbons are 5. Okay, so as the number of carbons are 5, now always remember, whenever functional group is attached to that particular carbon, it may be a 10 carbon, it may be a 6 carbon atom. Okay, so the functional group which is attached to the carbon atom, nearest carbon atom, from that side only you have to start the numbering. Okay, so here you can see two types of numberings are given, but the below one, that is C1 C2, where the chlorine is attached to the second carbon, that particular carbon is that is the acceptable numbering. Why? Because the functional group is attached to that nearest carbon. So whenever the functional group is attached to that particular nearest carbon, from there only you have to start the numbering. Okay, so the in that two numberings of the carbon chain column, the first one from left hand side C1 is started, that is not acceptable. The second one from where, which is nearer to that chlorine, okay, nearer to that carbon containing chlorine, that is acceptable. Okay, if suppose the example is given that propanol, not propanol, pentanol. Okay, so where if 5 carbon is there, the OH group which is attached to that nearest carbon, from there only the numbering will be start, whatever it may be the functional group. Okay, so here as it is attached to the second carbon, so 2 chloro, because halogen group we always add the name of that halogen as a prefix. So chloro, and as 5 carbons are there, so 2 chloropentane. Then comes the next one, pentanone. Okay, so here you can see the example. So as I already told you, the functional group which is attached to the nearest carbon, from that carbon only you have to start the numbering. So here acceptable numbering is given. C1, C2 is having the double bond O, that is it is having the ketonic group. So what you have to write, how many numbers of carbons are there? 5 are there. So here you have to write pentane. Okay, instead of E you have to write in the second carbon, so 2, what is attached? Ketonic group is attached, and for ketonic group what we add? ONE we add. So here you have to write that pentane 2O. Then here are some of the examples which are given in your book. Okay, so the first one is common name is ethylene. If ethylene is there, then structural formula is given to you. Then what will be the IUPAC name? You can write in your notebook also, in your textbook also, because the column is not filled. So here the structural formula is given to you. So what will be the IUPAC name? The IUPAC name will be the ethene, because double bond is there. If double bond is there, then that is the type of compound is alkene. So here you have to write it as ethene. Okay, because 2 carbons are there. Then comes the acetylene. Now for acetylene, what you have to write, the IUPAC name will be, if 3 bonds are there, then that comes under the compound alkyne. Okay, alkyne are there. So 3 bonds are there and number of carbon is 2. For 2 carbons, what we have to write? Ethyne. Okay, Ethyne. Okay, then comes the acetic acid. This can also be called as ethanoic acid in IUPAC name. Why ethanoic acid? Because 2 carbons are there. For 2 carbon we write ethane, and as COOH group is there, so we have to write it as oic acid. So ethanoic acid. Then comes the methyl alcohol. Methyl alcohol can also be called as methanol in IUPAC name. Okay, now you might be knowing the names. Okay, then comes the ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol, then what we can call ethyl alcohol as ethanol, because the parent name is ethane, and in that you have to add the suffix ol, so ethanol. Then comes the acetaldehyde. In acetaldehyde, what you have to add? 2 carbons are there, so ethane, and suffix you have to add al for aldehydic group, so ethanol will come. Then comes the acetone. Acetone means CH3COCH3. So here 3 carbons are there, so we have to write propane, and in the second carbon ketonic group is attached, so propane 2-one. Okay, then comes the ethyl methyl ketone. Ethyl means as after the oxygen 2 carbons are present. Sorry, after the after the oxygen 2 carbons are present. So then that's why the common name is given here ethyl, and then here methyl ketonic group is given. So now for writing the IUPAC name, what you have to consider? You have to consider the number of carbon first. So how many numbers of carbons are there? 4 are there. If 4 are there, then comes the butane. Then in the second carbon, ketonic group is attached. So what we have to do? Butane 2-one we have to write. Okay. Then comes the ethylamine. Now in ethylamine, 2 carbons are there. So ethane will come, and amine group. That amine suffix we have to add. Then it will become ethanamine. Then comes the N-propyl chloride. In N-propyl chloride, what you have to write? Now in the first carbon, chlorine is attached, so what you have to write? 1-chloro, and as 3 carbons are there, then you have to write it as 1-chloropropane. So likewise IUPAC name you have to give. So if you will go on practicing to write the names of these particular common names and the structural formula, you will definitely get it. Okay, so now I hope you have understood. So let's discuss few of the questions. So answer the following question. First one, write the IUPAC names of. Now tell me if anyone can tell me the name of this particular CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. First one. Yes. Can anyone answer?
Students, those who want to answer can raise their hands or they can unmute themselves.
Yes.
Yes, Pooja. Pooja,
Ma'am, butane.
which school you
Butane.
are, beta? 1 second. Which school you are?
New High School, Vaizapur.
Which?
New High School, Vaizapur.
ओके बेटा, कैन यू रीनेम इट देन? आपके नाम के आगे आप अपना स्कूल का नाम लिख सकते हैं, तो हमको डिस्प्ले में दिखेगा आपका नाम और आपका स्कूल का नाम भी. हाँ?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, okay. Now you can answer and afterwards you rename it. Now you answer.
Ma'am, butane.
Yes. It can also be called as N-butane for IPC. Okay.
Very good, Pooja. Very good attempt.
Yes. Then second one, CH3CO, CH2, CH3.
Next, Akdas. Akdas is raising his hand. Akdas is raising his hand. Beta, again, I'm asking you, what is your school name? Akdas, what is your school name? आपका स्कूल का नाम क्या है? Students, every time it is being told to you, आपका स्कूल के नाम के साथ आपका नाम लिखना चाहिए. Because only your name doesn't make us clear which school students you are. These lectures are statewide lectures. So we need to know how many students are attending from which school. Okay. So please, it's a kind request. If you're not able to do that, you can tell me, I'll rename it. Okay. Ma'am, you can continue.
Yes, ma'am. So the name of this compound is butane 2-one because 4 carbons are there and in the middle CO group is there, that is ketonic group is there. So in the second carbon as the ketonic group is there, so first we will write the name of the 4 carbons, that is butane, then dash in the second carbon it is ketonic group, so 2 and ONE, 2-one. So likewise you have to write the IPC name. Then comes the third one, CH3, CH2, NH2. So what you will write the IPC name for it? Anyone can answer? Yes, anyone?
Saiba was raising her hand. By mistake, I lowered her hand. Saiba? Yes, you can answer. Saiba?
Yes. Ethylamine.
It is ethanamine. Okay. Not ethane, ethanamine. Okay, good attempt. So CH3, CH2, 2 carbons are there. So here as 2 carbons are there, so we have to write it as ethane. And instead of that E, you have to add amine. So here the name will come ethanamine. Okay. Then this write the structural formula for butanol, propan-2-ol, 2-chlorobutane and ethanamine. This will be the homework for you. So if you will not get it, then in the next lecture we will discuss it. So I hope you have understood. So go on revising the chapter. If you get any of the doubts or difficulty, then you can ask it in the next session.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Students, go through the lesson, go through the chapter, practice at home, the structures and the molecular formula, practice at home. If still you have any doubts, we can get it clear. Thank you, Priyanka ma'am. Thank you all students. Next lecture tomorrow 8 to 11:30. I want all to attend again with the 4 subjects we are having. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, students, and thank you, ma'am.